Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's your host, Dr. Giggles in the house. This week we got a lot of things to talk about. We're going to start with, we're going to start with the news as usual, but we're going to talk, we actually have solid, concrete information about SFNE Online Day / Ace Day at Six Flags New England / whatever Costa Cruise is calling it. So I actually have pricing, information, a tentative schedule, and all that stuff we'll go over. We're also going to give what I thought about Tempesto. Also, my first time at Busch Gardens, Water Country, USA. I'm also going to talk about the Ace Dives event. I really didn't take enough video and pictures of it to compile a video or anything, but we could talk about it. We're also going to talk about the upcoming events. Also, Six Flags New England's live chat that everybody can get involved in and check out and listen to what Jennifer McGrath has to say about Six Flags New England. You can ask questions and all that good stuff. Also, whatever you guys throw into the mix. You know, I saw Sam Marks is over here saying, hey, someday, my plan is, and hopefully next year I can do that event that I know Sam and Al went to, which I really want to go to, but Wicked Cyclone overturned that for me. But they went to Fiesta Fest and they went to Schlittercon, and I talked about going to it. It just when Wicked Cyclone opened, of course I'm going to go to that. That's my job. I cover mainly the New England stuff, but also branch out. So, but yeah, we're going to get into all that. I got a few tidbits of news, and also I know I confused the hell out of everybody by switching the day for a few weeks. Usually we do this Thursday nights, but because of ongoing things the last few weeks and the upcoming weeks, I had to change the day. So instead of not doing the show, I moved it to Wednesday. I know some people that usually don't watch it, sometimes their schedules conflict and stuff. And I know last week not a lot of people watched because it was kind of like, oh crap, it's Wednesday instead of Thursday. Because I know Brett, the Ace New Jersey rep, was asking me if I was doing the show Thursday, but I was actually driving down to Busch Gardens when he texted me. So, but we're going to cover a lot of great stuff tonight, and I can't wait to dig in. And instead of looking at the computer screen, I actually printed out the news that I usually do instead of looking at the screen and looking like an idiot. I think I may do this. And I should draw weird things on the back pages just to make people laugh, I think. I saw them do that. But anyway, big news today was Universal Orlando. This year I am going to Halloween Horror Nights so I can actually, experience it, cover it, see what it's all about. I know a lot of people have gone. People love it. People hate it. People are like, it's all right. I've never been. 25th anniversary. And today they actually announced the first haunt. Officially announced, which is Freddy vs. Jason. Now, for those horror buffs such as myself, there was that movie a million years ago called Freddy vs. Jason. I know a lot of people hated it, but I loved it, and I can't wait because for those that know me and know my children, my youngest, which is 10, he gets scared very easy versus the older one's like, whatever. I took him to Eastern State Penitentiary, and my oldest was marked to... they were taking them all over the place, and the little one was screaming and crying and all that. And I love to torture my children that way. I figure after all the torture and torment that they put me through, I figure what better way to get back at them is to take them through a haunt. And I know the funny thing is my youngest loves Freddy. I took him to a horror convention. He got to meet Robert Englund. I got a picture of them together. He's got autographs hanging on his wall and all that other stuff. And he loves Freddy. He loves Jason too, but I think once he's inside the haunt, he will crap his pants and I will enjoy it. Every minute of it. So, I don't know when the next one is. I know that there is 9 haunts this year, multiple scare zones, a bunch of shows. I definitely want to check out everything that I can. I heard the Bill and Ted show is one of those must-go-to shows, and I hear the haunts are at least halfway decent. It's probably better than a lot of stuff that I've been to, so I'm really looking forward to that. And I can't wait to see what else they're going to announce. There's a rumor that Walking Dead's going to come back, and I saw something of a somewhat, I don't know if it was a real or fake map of the haunts. I don't know. Who's going to Disney World in 3 weeks? Sean is going to Disney. I mean, I would rather be at Disney than, but I'm going to Florida in September, so I'll have my chance. I'm only going to Disney for a day. Sean, I think when you finally do ride Wicked Cyclone, I think you're gonna really enjoy it. I know I enjoy it. I love the hell out of it. I know some people don't like it as much as I do, but to each his own opinion is to each his own. But I think you'll like it. Yeah, see, I can't wait. I mean, I've seen a lot of pictures and videos of Halloween Horror Nights, and I cannot wait for when they actually, to see it, because I'm used to going to Six Flags or Cedar Fair, and Cedar Fair does a great job, and some Six Flags do a better jobs than others, and, it all depends on what it is, I don't know, I love to sit in all the meetings at all the parks and see, how the ideas come about, and sometimes they listen to the general public and the coaster enthusiasts, sometimes it goes in one ear and out the other. I don't know if it's budget reasons or they just go, that's a stupid idea, but in reality, it probably would have been better than what they came up with. But I'm all about. I have yet to go on to Dorney, and I heard for Dorney for, what do you call it? For their haunt is ridiculous. My brother's been, and he says when you're on the coasters looking down, all you see is fog. You can't see anything, and when you're walking through, I've done King's Dominion's haunts, and I thought they were good. I thought they were actually really good. There was some that weren't as good as others, but there was some really, really good ones that I really enjoyed. So I'm hoping, it's Universal. It should be the next level. King's Dominion and Six Flags, they have what they have to work with. When you're talking a park like Disney, I mean, even Busch Gardens in Virginia that I did, I thought there was some really, really good haunts. Not all of them were good, but I thought there was really some good ones. Good quality props, scenery. The actors were doing good jobs on a lot of them. Some of them weren't as good as others. But I also went on a crappy night when it was raining, so I don't know. So I don't know. My mission is to get to Dorney, and maybe that may, don't take this to heart, Luco, but it may happen this year. If it doesn't happen this year, then it'll definitely happen next year. All right, this tidbit of news, I don't know how many of you care about this. I know I don't. I know one person in particular that loves this movie, and it's about Epcot and Frozen. I know Luco loves Frozen. For Christmas, I bought him an Olaf that comes apart and sings to him and stuff. So, basically they released information about what's going on with the ride. It's going to keep the same track, same boats. They're going to change the scenes. You're going to see Olaf, and you're going to see the princesses and all that crap. It says in the Frozen Ever After version, it looks like you'll be face to face with Elsa inside her castle. She sings and casts frozen waves of magic in the air. The Orlando Centennial, the ride will feature the film's classic songs, a finale with fireworks as you bid farewell to Elsa, Anna, Olaf, Seven, Kristoff, and you'll pass by Wandering Oaken's trading post in the queue. The ride will also feature a number of cutting-edge new animatronics that will feature internal projections, face animations, much like those used in the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. A ride I haven't ridden yet. My kids have the credit, and I don't. Shame on me. So for those that love Frozen, you can wait the hours and hours long line to ride it. I have no need to watch. I bought the DVD. I said, you know what? I love Disney movies. I love them all. Beauty and the Beast, Lion King, Pinocchio, Seven Dwarfs. I watch them all. Bambi. I've watched just Sleeping Beauty, Alice in Wonderland. I've watched probably, the main ones that I knew and grew up with. Even Song of the South. But I said, you know what? I'll add this to the collection of Disney movies that I have. And I didn't like the movie. I watched it 2 or 3 times just seeing what all the fuss was about with Frozen. Now, my opinion states that I think the movie sucks. I know I'm wrong because people, that thing made $1 billion or something like that. And hey, I'm wrong. It's at Epcot, and it won't be ready till next year. So we're not going to it this year. I don't want to sit in hours-long line for crappy Frozen. That's the last thing I want to do. Another tidbit of news. I'm moving on from this because I cannot. You know what? Dumbo is a really good movie. I got that. I love Pinocchio. I love Seven Dwarfs. There's a lot of Disney's made a lot of great movies, and I even rebought some of them in 3D when I've got a 3D TV and I've watched them. They look even just as good as they did without the 3D. You know, like Beauty and the Beast and Lion King and Toy Story 1, 2, and 3. And I got, one of my favorite Disney movies, newer ones. I don't know how many of you watched it, and I wish there was an attraction based on it. I know they could, maybe even in Epcot, is Meet the Robinsons. I love that movie. I think that movie is fantastic. I wish that there was, some attraction based on that. Maybe someday, probably not. I don't know how well it was received. But I thought the movie was great. I really did. All right, so the next tidbit of news. 10best.com and USA Today is a poll, and it's, best coaster, best new attraction, roller coaster, and Black Hole is another good movie, too. Anyway, there's a poll up. It's going on for 3 or 4 weeks. I've been constantly voting Wicked Cyclone for best new attraction and Bizarro for best coaster. I haven't checked it. I didn't vote today yet. I got a few hours to do that. But you can vote once a day. There's a whole list of attractions, all the new stuff. And I did notice for best coaster, one in particular that was missing. And not new coaster or anything. It's every fanboy's favorite coaster. Millennium Force is not on that list. I was actually shocked that it was not on that list. I don't know why, but I really don't know. It's kind of crazy, but I've been voting Bizarro and voting Wicked Cyclone just because I'm biased and it's my home park. So of course I'm gonna vote for him. I mean, don't get me wrong. Right now, I know for best new attraction, Impulse at Knoebels is winning right now. I do know that. I didn't see the Fireball on there. I saw Tempesto was on there. The Justice League rides were on there. Fury 325 was nominated in both. It was best for best coaster and for new attraction. I don't know how the hell that happened, but that's what I haven't. Like I said, I just keep looking for Wicked Cyclone and Bizarro, and I just keep vote. That's what I do. I don't think El Diablo. Yes, I'm an SFNE fanboy all day. But don't get me wrong. Just because it's my home park. Actually, I have like 3 home parks. I have Lake Compound, Six Flags New England, and Canopy Lake. I can get to all of them within an hour and a half ish. So for me, of course I'm going to be a fanboy. But don't get me wrong. I love other parks too. And shockingly, though I am an SFNE fanboy, that's not my number 1 park. Shockingly. My favorite parks, and New England's one of my favorite parks, but it would jump in the lines with Knoebels and, excuse me, Kennywood and Busch Gardens and Kings Island and Kings Dominion, and there's a whole bunch of parks that I really love. So, and as I keep going, on and on. I know you're not hating, Sam. I'm just saying I myself, I am a fanboy through and through of New England. One, it's the closest Six Flags to me. And I know, and I hear it all the time, a lot of people really don't like the park. They just say it's mediocre, it's this and that. I go all the time, and I know not a lot of people go all the time. I've probably been there 15, 20 times, 10 times. I don't know. I lost track of how many times I've been. But just walking around, I know a lot of the workers and stuff. So if I see them, it makes me feel at home. That's why I love the place. It's a place I can go to, and and I feel at home there. I don't feel at home at other places, but that's my fault for not, making friends with people. I'm not usually the most outgoing of people, surprisingly. You would think I would be. Yeah, we all have the same home parks. And I need to get back to Funtown, Splashtown in Maine. I love that little place. I thought it was a nice place. I really enjoyed it up there. 4th of July weekend, I'm actually going to go to Storyland. I can't wait. I know Storyland's a little kiddie place, and up in New Hampshire, I get it, but I love it. I'm a sucker for theming and stuff like that. Plus, they theme their rides well. Like the Bamboo Shoots Flume ride, and then I haven't been on Rorosaurus yet. Then they have the Humpty Dumpty statue and the old lady who lived in a shoe, and there's all kind, the teacups are in the cuckoo clock, and they have Polar Coast, looks like it's out in a ice cave, and it's just cool how they do things. Yeah. Sam, I know you practically live at Six Flags America. And last year was my first time there. And before going, I used to be like, it's like the redheaded stepchild of the chain, just like the Great Escape, and why go? It's small. People say it ain't worth it. A lot of people told me it ain't worth it. But after I left, I was like, you know what? It's a nice place. I love when you walk down from the main gate and you walk over the bridge and it's all nice and woodsy and it's got a nice fountain and all that. And the only thing I don't like is how far back Superman, Ride of Steel, and Batwing is. But I mean, other than that, the park is nice. I really honestly enjoyed it. I went during Halloween time. I got to experience Fright Fest there. It was a great place to go. Is it the best Six Flags in the chain? No. I don't know what the best Six Flags in the chain is. I haven't been to them all. And someday I'll give my own little opinion that probably nobody gives a crap about. But I'll give my opinion on what I think the best one is at some point. All right. So what's next on the list of stuff? All right. The amusement park, worldwide attendance stuff got released. And I love knowing this. But the only thing I did was the top 20 parks of North America. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to start from 1 to 10 and just tell you what the attendance was. There's like stats of how much it changed. If they went up, they went down. But who cares about that? But this is for 2014, obviously, because 2015 season is still going on. But Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World in Florida. 19,332,000 people walk through the gate. Number 2 is Disneyland in California. 16,769,000. Epcot, 11,454,000. Disney's Animal Kingdom, 10,402,000. Hollywood Studios, 10,312,000. Number 6, Disney's California Adventure, 8,769,000. Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida, 8,263,000. Islands of Adventure, 8,141,000. Universal Studios Hollywood, 6,824,000. SeaWorld, 4,683,000. They actually went down quite a bit, 8%. Busch Gardens in Tampa, 4,128,000. SeaWorld California and San Diego, they had the biggest drop, minus 12% attendance. 3,794,000. Knott's Berry Farm, 3,683,000. Canada's Wonderland is number 14, 3,546,000. 15 is Cedar Point at 3,247,000. 16 is Kings Island at 3,238,000. Hershey Park, 3,212,000. Number 18 is Six Flags Magic Mountain at 2.8 million. Well, 2.848. 19, Six Flags Great Adventure, 2.8 million on the dot. And number 20 is Busch Gardens Williamsburg. They were down 1% at 2,699,000. But they said the top 20 total attendance was 138.1 million. So that's a lot of people going in and out of the gates. You know, people have gone up, people have gone down. Great Adventure, Knott's Berry Farm, Islands of Adventure were flat, same exact as the year before. The biggest one was Magic Kingdom. They had 4% growth in attendance. Not that most people care, but I don't know. I love little stats like this, knowing, and I'm glad to see a lot of the parks that I do like are on this. I mean, I wish some of the other ones were better, but, you know, higher in attendance, but hey, who cares? All right, those that are going to the A Strip in England so far, Smiler is still down at Alton Towers, but Alton Towers has reopened, and they don't know when it will reopen. But the thing that kind of amazed me is the way that the park handled it. This is something no park in the United States would ever do. Basically, I saw the statement that the park made, and it actually impressed me, because if this happened in the United States, there'd be lawsuits and people would be battling. It's your fault. It's your fault. Doesn't matter who caused the accident. You know, the parks in the United States should definitely take example of this statement. And I'm not quoting it word for word, but just what I remembered. But they were saying that they actually had workers actually go to the house of the people that were injured, and they talked with them. They said, hey, go get a lawyer. We're taking full responsibility. You know, you're going to be fully you're going to be compensated, blah, blah, you know, the whole list of things went on and on. You would never, ever, 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 doesn't matter from Disney down to Six Flags to anybody, Knoebels in between, nobody, under any circumstance in the United States, no park would do that. Not in today's world. They would not do that. They wouldn't even, you know, there'll be a lawsuit and then they'll quietly hush, squash it. You won't see an open statement like that. And that's what I loved about that. It was just a nice gesture that people you know, from a park, the CEO, the president was like, hey, it's, you know, obviously it's their fault. They can't go, well, it's your fault. Things happen, and they went about it the right way. It was a horrible accident, but still. So if you're going to England, don't have high hopes of riding it. It may not be up. They're waiting for the investigation to be over. And I know a lot of parks in England and, you know, and all that in the UK have shut down similar rides like that have similar systems, just like the Smiler. So you guys may not be riding certain coasters. Maybe they're just checking it out and reopening them. I don't know what the deal is. So as we get closer I'm not going to the UK, but as we get closer, I'll keep you updated, because I know a bunch of people that do eventually watch this are going to the UK. This I found interesting in Vegas. I actually want to go to Vegas just for this. Everybody know, like I said, I'm a horror buff, and there is a zombie apocalypse experience that lasts 30 to 45 minutes. They give you a .50 caliber paintball shotgun. They won't shoot at you, but they'll chase you around. There's 4 different zones that you have to survive through. It costs $50, and you have to be at least 10 years old. I would love to take the kids there and let them do that. I would totally do it. I think it would be cool. An expensive trip, but I think it would be cool just to do that. Elitch Gardens has been sold to new owners, but is still being managed by Premier. Another park I have not yet to go to. So just be on the lookout for some new changes that are going to be going through. What's going on. The next one, Legoland in Florida, I'm actually going to go to. I like Legos. I don't collect them, but I like playing with them sometimes. But on June 26th, they're opening a new land called Hot Lake City. It's based off of the Lego Friends toy line. It's going to have new attractions. There's going to be like a horse ride, a themed horse ride, but it's really a disco. You know, there's going to be all kinds of stuff in that little area. Here's one that I don't know if anybody cares about, but I know I hear people talk about it, so I figured I'd mention this. Ghost Town in the Sky. Finally updated the site. They're opening on July 2nd. They put new park hours, pricing, and it clearly states there are no adult rides at Ghost Town. The park admission is now being advertised as being free, but if you have to pay for the mode of transportation to get into the park. $24.95 if you want to take the chairlift, $19.95 if you want to take the bus up the mountain, and the park hours are now, the park is open on Wednesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., closed Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So for those, looking to go to Ghost Town in the Sky, if you're looking for rides, no rides. I have no idea what it looks like, what's going on. Hopefully we find out some more. I know there used to be coasters and rides and stuff, but it's all gone. All right, so now let's get into the meat and potatoes now. We're going to talk about Water Country USA. It was the first time I've ever been to the water park. I figured I have a platinum pass. Let's put it to use. We got there around 10-ish, a little bit after opening. Myself, Luco, and the kids, we went in there, and I got to say, it's not gigantic for a water park, but very hilly. But I have to say, they have some pretty awesome water slides. I never really thought about going, but the opportunity and the thought came to mind and said, hey, we're leaving Thursday night. Let's just go to the water park. We were going to go to Busch. We did go to Busch afterwards, but I said, hey, let's try out the water park. The water was warm. It was like a, cloudy day. It was a little rainy time to time, dribble, jizzles. But we rode the Colossal Curl. That was different. You go into your little tornado spot, and you come down, and you go up your little half pipe and come down. It was an excellent ride. I loved it. There was some tube slides that we went on that were great. There was some, there was a couple slides we didn't do. The kids didn't want to do them, so we said the hell with it. We did the Hubba Bubba Highway, I think it's called, which is a lazy river, but it's got a nice current to it. It's got one little rapid section to it, bubbles like a hot tub. Themed awesome. It gives you that like 50s, 60s kind of Americana, like a drive-in, Route 66 kind of weird science fiction with dinosaurs and stuff. It gives you that Americana feel. I know you younger kids may not know what we're talking about, but if you go to Hubba Bubba Highway at this place, you will know what I'm talking about. Just the signs and the decor and all that. Just the way it looks, it gives you that 50s, 60s look. It was excellent. The wave pool, while the waves were weak, the water was warm. I enjoyed it. I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, the water park is awesome for what it is, and especially if you got a season's pass to it, use it up. Because if you think about it, I want to say a pass is $200 some, $50, $18, something like that. For a platinum pass. Well, if you think about it, I went to the water park. That was like a $60 ticket. Busch is like an $80 ticket. Then I went to Busch again the next day. It's like an $80 ticket. Parking and preferred is like $25 a whack. So within 2 days with all the parking, the 3 parkings, the tickets, I've paid the pass off. Then I'm going to go down to SeaWorld. You can use it at SeaWorld. You can use it at Busch in Tampa. And here's something too. If anybody has the season's photo pass thing, if you have a season's pass, it's $80 for it for the whole season, 365 days. The thing I noted, you can't take it and use it down in Tampa or SeaWorld, but you can. You can't get the free photos, but what you do is you pay half price of the single day photo pass at each park, and then you can get all the photos free, the digital ones. Printouts are like $5 if you want printouts. So you can get them put on there. So it'll cost you a little extra money. I've already put a ton of photos on in 2 days that I was at the park. It was worth the money. Yes, Sesame Place. That's a place we're thinking about hitting at some point. I want to go to Sesame. I haven't been to Sesame Street since the 80s when I was a little boy. I was probably 5 or 6, so I was a little boy, and my parents took me and my brother down there. I gotta find the pictures. Like, we were in the ball pit and this water play thing that they had. My parents have pictures of it. I know I was a little boy, and back in the 80s, and my parents took us there. It was pretty cool. All right, so let me talk about Tempesto. Now, I don't know what exactly type of ride you want to launch. And it's just a little thing. I don't know what type of coaster they call it besides a launch, but it's different. It's just like the one that's out in Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. Now there's one on the East Coast at Busch Gardens called Tempesto, based off of a Daredevil, an Italian Daredevil. That's the whole story behind it and all that. The only thing about Tempesto that I didn't like, and it's the trains. Very hard to get in and out. I mean, the restraints are comfortable, and the comfort collar, it doesn't bother me at all. It's I don't know. The restraints were weird, but the coaster itself is awesome. I'm fat and short, and the way that you have to move in and out of it, it's kind of weird. But when it launches you forward a little bit, and then it launches you backwards, and then you get up more, and then when you go through the station, it launches you, and then you get up, and you get a nice airtime bump, and then it goes into what we would call like a JoJo roll, and then a forceful down into a loop that doesn't actually go upside down. It rides it and then goes on the top and down, and then you're done. It's not a long coaster at all, but it was fun. One thing I will say, it is not a marathon coaster. It was making my back cramp up and stiff, and it's not a marathon. But if you get 2 or 3 rides on it in a row, that's good. It's a good coaster. When I went into it, I'm like, this thing is gonna suck. I get caught up in this looks are deceiving thing. I said the same thing about Wooden Warrior, and then I went and said the same thing about Tempesto. I just need to shut my mouth and then ride it and then make an opinion instead of going, well, this thing looks kind of stupid. How much is it to it? They try to crank out the trains as fast as they possibly can, and they do a pretty decent job of it. But I was surprised at how good Tempesto actually was. I love getting that. I love the launches. It's like wee, get a little tickle in your belly. Not much for me, but the first few times you ride it, you get it. Getting the air time, the slow little JoJo roll, and then the forceful down into the loop. It's a fun ride. Not a marathon ride, but it's a fun ride. Yes, and you have Apollo's Chariot, which is good. It was running a little rough, I'll admit. It's got that B&M rattle going on to it, that vibration that a lot of the B&Ms get after 10 or so years. They've been getting. But Tempesto, they're saying that the line full is like an hour. I don't know. I didn't wait in the line. Because when we got to the park in the afternoon, like 3, 4 o'clock, because we stopped at Taco Bell in between the 2 parks, we got to ride everything. We even rode some flats, too. But regardless, we went in the line for Apollo first, and then we looked at the line for Tempesto. It was full. So I said, well, let's ride it, at the end of the night, right before closing. So like 20 minutes before closing, we hop in the line. We waited not even 5 minutes and got on. So, well, maybe it might have been 10. It felt like 5 minutes, but it takes a few minutes to get everything going. It was like 3 trains worth, however long that is. But I was like, wow, this is actually good. Tempesto is good. I think if you're down at Busch Gardens, obviously you're gonna ride it. I would love to hear what people think about it, because it's such a weird, unique roller coaster. When I got off it the first time, I went, what the hell did I just ride? It was like that crazy and cool that it was a WTF moment. There's not many coasters that give you the WTF moment. And Tempesto was definitely one of those that gave me one of those moments. It was like, whoa, this is cool. What did I just ride? So I like when you can ride a coaster like that. I'm sure like Batman and Fiesta Texas is like that. It's like, whoa, what did I just ride? I kind of like that feeling when I get off a ride. Like, wow, it's not your traditional roller coaster. It's something different than what you've ridden. It's something new, something refreshing. So that's something that I like. All right, so hopefully you guys get to Busch and ride Tempesto. It's definitely worth the trip down there. Besides, who doesn't love Busch Gardens? If you haven't been, you need to go. It's kind of like, like Knoebels. You got to go to Knoebels. You got to go to Busch. I kept putting off Busch so many times, and then Tony and May were like, come on, we're going to go. And then we went again, and then we went again. So now I went this time. And I took the kids. The last time I took the kids was Christmas to Busch, but everything wasn't open. So this was their first experience being able to experience everything that's open. And it was a good thing that we rode Griffin on Friday, because when we went for ERT on Saturday at Ace Dives, Griffin went down and didn't reopen, and we got Alpengeist for ERT instead, which is fine. I don't mind Alpengeist. So, anyway, so let's talk about Ace Dives. Ace Dives was definitely, it was a great event. My only real complaint was the food. And I'm not trying to be like an entitled ace or anything. It was just food that I didn't really like. So, you know what? They're not going to please everybody, and I'm not complaining and bitching about it. I'm just saying, to me, I didn't care for the food. I'm not a big chicken fajita and pulled pork kind of guy. That's not me, but most people love that kind of stuff. So it is what it is. I found a burger later, and I was happy with it. It was all right. But anyway, so in the morning we had our ERT on Tempesto. I lost track of how I rode that thing so much, like maybe 8, 10 times, 6 times. I don't know how many times. I rode it a lot, and I just kept going back for more. It was such a great ride that I kept going back for more. And then we just, myself and Tony and May and Luco and the kids and David Finkelstein, we were walking around, riding stuff. We were just hitting coaster after coaster after coaster. We were just hitting them. And, we were riding the Dark Castle. That's a good ride, dark ride. We rode that. 13 years. I don't know how old you are, Coaster Kev, but I may be older than you. I might be. I don't know. I'm 37, so I'm pushing 40. Hard and fast. As you can tell by the gray hairs. But anyway, so Ace Dives, the Ace Mid-Atlantic region puts on some really awesome events. I'm glad that they put in the work and the effort. They try things, they do things. They had like a whack-a-mole tournament, which was fun to watch. People beating the hell out of the machine. So that was fun. We just went from coaster to coaster to coaster. Then, after the launch and then we were riding stuff, the rain could not hold off. It was pouring buckets. It was thunder and lightning out. Obviously the park shut down. I went and found a spot so I could go smoke under an umbrella. Who's eating ice cream, who's eating popcorn, who's doing what. And then rides started reopening, so we went and rode that. And then it came, by the end of the night, then it came, all right, they moved us from Griffin to Alpengeist. And you know what? I wasn't even mad about that. I love Griffin. I think it's a great ride. It's one of the best coasters in the park. It's not the best, but one of them. It's a really good coaster there. So we got Alpengeist. I really love Alpengeist. Forceful. It's fun. I was riding it eyes closed in the dark, just chilling. you know, I'm sure a lot of you have ridden Alpengeist that have been. I love Alpengeist. Some people don't like it as much, but I love it. I'm a big Alpengeist fan. You know, Apollo's Chariot is great. Tempesto. You know, I love Verbolten. You know what I should have did? I should have downloaded the. The video was actually working on Verbolten, and I bought video of Luco and Jeremy, Luco and Devin, and Jeremy and me on different times riding Verbolten, and we were acting like goofs just because how they make the video play into the story. Oh, they were hilarious. I forgot all about that. It's sitting on my shelf right next to my bed. I'm 37, going on 6 months old. That's what I'm doing. We're all getting old, man. All of us in our 30s. And we got some little young gangbangers in here. Yeah, we all love the coasters, man. I mean, that's the great thing about, being a coaster enthusiast. Whether you belong to a coaster club or you don't, or you just have a love for the rides. No matter how old or how young or whatever your age, it's just fun. I'm loving it now that both of my kids can ride everything. Both of my kids can, we just go, we ride, we're having a ball, hands up, laughing, giggling, having a good time. It's just great that you can share the experience with your kids. Like look at Costa Kev. He's starting to move up with his kids. They can ride Wooden Warrior, and then soon they'll be able to ride other stuff. And it just brings that much more enjoyment. We all have the love for it anyway. But when you have kids, and your kids can get in on that, it makes coasters and all these events and stuff that much more powerful for you. Because you get to see the joy and excitement and how they react to the rides. Especially when they find a coaster that they love, and you look into their eyes while they're riding, and they're looking at you, and you see all the joy, hands up, they're laughing, they're happy, and that's what it's all about. You get happy kids, and they're having the time of their life, you did something magical, you did something great. So, you're a little gangbanger. You will soon. So anyway, back to Ace Dives before I get off that and start getting into events and stuff. If you can hit one of the Ace Mid-Atlantic events, they have events going on in Kings Dominion. They got stuff going on at Six Flags America. Of course, Busch Gardens Coasting Through the Snow is December 12th this year. I'll more than likely be going to that. Busch Gardens at Christmas is awesome. I don't know if many of you have done that. Even Halloween. Busch Gardens in general is just awesome. But, I don't know how to say it. It's just, Christmas time's awesome. Halloween time is awesome. Summertime's awesome. They had the Food and Wine Festival going on. So if you can get down to one of the events, if you can, do it. It's worth every penny. All right. Let's talk some events. A lot of events coming up. Now, the only reason why this week, Tony and May are getting married on Saturday. So tomorrow I'm heading up there. And then Friday morning, we taking off to Seaside Heights where they will be married on Saturday. So that's why I'm doing it this week. And the next week, because of CoasterCon, I'm taking off on Thursday morning to go to Rise Playland now, I believe. I think I'm going to do. Go to Rise, and then after that, catch up with Tony, May, and Luco. Then we're going to drive down, go do A-State Hershey. And then we're going to do... You can't go to Hershey now because the deadline's way past, so we're not going to dive into that. But there's some events that have to do it after and before con that you can do. I don't know what the deadline is for A-State at Dorney, but you can go on Ace's website and find that out. You can also, on the 20th at nighttime, there's Highway to Hellcat at Clementon Park to ride Hellcat. it's past the early registration date. You can you can go to the park. If you want to go, just let Brett know. And just RSVP with him. Just let him know you're going. You can show up too. It's going to cost you a little bit more at the door. I think it's like $26 or something. Could be a little more, $30. I don't know. I didn't write it down. But they did get the over 80 attendees for the event, and they will get the hour-and-a-half exclusive ride time for this. Then CoasterCon, that registration's over. So, but speaking of CoasterCon, I'm not gonna go live. There will be no show that week, so don't go crazy going, oh my God, there's no show. But what I promise you, and Luco is gonna make sure that I keep this promise to you guys. You're gonna have to keep checking every day. I'm going to take videos throughout CoasterCon every day. There may be one video, there could be 10 videos, but I'm promising you at least one video a day. At least one. It could be a 30-second video, it could be a 5-minute video. All I'm saying is there is going to be at least one video every day starting on Friday at 8th Day at Hershey of next week. And every day at every park, there will be at least one video. I don't know what times. You're just going to have to keep checking on SFNE Online's Facebook, the Grove Show's Facebook, even my own personal Facebook. But it'll definitely be on all those Facebook pages. It'll also be on the Grove Show's Twitter account. So, not that I update that a lot. I do time to time when I'm doing stuff, but I forget about Twitter. I'm not a big Twitter guy. He wasn't even born the last time he went to Coney Island. That's kind of funny. But, like I was saying, so if you want to, for those that aren't going to CoasterCon, that want to see a lot of the stuff going on, of course I'm going to post pictures, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take everything that I've compiled, and I will make a CoasterCon video. So, oh, excuse me. So that will come. It will come. So, like I said, starting next Friday, there will be videos and pictures, at least one video a day, that I'm going to take during all these festivities for pre and post con. So now, since I let you know that, now after con, the Saturday after con, that's June 27th, is Seaside Heights. Well, Seaside Screams at Seaside Heights. It's $20. You pay it at the door. What you need to do is you can just show up, but Brett would like it if you could RSVP. He's the regional rep for the New Jersey area, just so he can kind of start getting a head count on who's coming and whatnot. I went to Seaside Screams last year. I believe it was after Riding of the Bull. And for being on a pier and all the devastation that area went through, they've come back. They're adding more rides, they're doing more stuff, and they want to expand the pier, and they're working on that. They got some cool rides. They got a cool air race. They run their Music Express right. They got some cool rides. So for $20, and you're gonna get ERT on just about every ride there. I think every ride. It's worth it for $20. Plus you get some other perks. You get a ride on the carousel. You're gonna get a ride on the Vominator, the skyscraper thing. So, I tweet my pound sign. That's what I tweet. And then on the 28th is Luna Park Fest 5. So, for $68, I mean, you can get it for 52, 56, Luco? Just for Luna Park. But what you're going to get is you're going to get a 4-hour wristband, you're going to get a lunch, you're going to get a half-hour ERT on Cyclone, you're going to get 3 extra rides. You can, in any tandem order, whatever order. You're going to get Thunderbolt, you can use it on the go-karts and some other ride, but you're going to get a 4-hour wristband just for all that for $56, whatever that is. And then for $12 more, to make it $68, you can add Dino's Wonderland. You get 1 ride on the Wonder Wheel and 2 hours wristband on everything else. So for $68, which I'm doing, you're gonna get all that awesome goodness. And the best part is I'll have Jeremy with me. He's gonna experience all this cool stuff. And see, I admire you, Costa Kev, because I so want to go back to a flip phone. I am so sick of these smartphones. I don't like being that connected to people. I really don't. I'd rather just have a flip phone and leave it at that. If I feel like picking up the phone, I'll pick it up. If I don't want to, I won't. Don't do it, Costa Kev. Stay with the flip phone. Do not, repeat, do not get a smartphone. Get a flip phone. No, stay with the flip phone. Flip phone, flip phone, flip phone. I got a 6 Plus. I'm plus times 10 stupid for buying it. I mean, I need it for work and all that stuff, so I had to get a phone. I couldn't stand the Samsung Galaxy 5. It sucked. All right, so now that you got all your CostaCon information and posted pre-events and stuff, now we're going to get into SFNE Online Day. I know a lot of people want to know about that, so just let me pull up the flyer here because I have that. I have to download it on this computer. I was looking at it at another computer. All right, so here's the details. It's Saturday, July 11th, SFNE Online Day. The cost is $20, $19.99 per person with a season's pass, or $39.99 per person without a pass. It includes admission to the park and the event. Now, parking is not included with the price. If you don't have a parking pass, you can pay for parking when you arrive at the parking tolls. And this blows my mind because I remember when parking was like $5. The park in the parking lot across the street, the main parking lot, is now $25. I guess they got to pay for all those people that are getting free parking. Now, this is the schedule. The ERT rides have not been set yet, but there's also like a season pass holder night thing going on that night. So not only are they mixing us with a corporate group, they're mixing us with Ace and Costa Crew and season pass holders and night ERT. Kind of sucks. But I'll take it anyway. But that night, they're going to be doing Sky Screamer, Wicked Cyclone, and Pandemonium for an hour from 10 to 11 p.m., which is awesome. Now, before people get all freaked out about it being merged in with season pass holders, don't get your panties twisted because I've gone to a couple different pass holder nights and they're relatively dead. Most people either A, don't know about it, B, just want to get the hell out of the park, they're tired, they've had enough, or C, they just don't care. So, before getting crazy on that. But, 9 to 9:30 a.m. is check-in to receive your wristband for morning ERT and lunch. 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. is going to be ERT on select premium rides. Now, from what I was told when we were starting to book this SFNE Online Day, it is mixed with a corporate group. It's going to be a corporate company picnic kind of thing. I forgot what company it is. The same one as they did for National Roller Coaster Day, I believe. But you're going to get an hour ERT instead of a half-hour ERT. And the more people that go, the more rides they're going to open. So the more of you that go, they're going to open more and more rides to accommodate the crowd. So if you were on the fence about it, and with the $20, what that means is we can eat 3 times, people with a dining pass. So we can get extra fat that day. Because not only are you going to be able to use your lunch and use your dinner on your dining pass, you're also going to be able to do the $19.99 if you're going to pass, and then you can get a buffet kind of thing. The lunch is going to be from 1 to 2, and the lunch in the River's Edge Picnic, in the Picnic Grove. That's how the Grove Show got its name, from the Grove. And then at 2 p.m. is going to be a Q&A with park management. So I can't wait to see what people are going to say, people are going to do, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to ask questions. But there's going to be a location for the nighttime ERT to get you a special night wristband. So keep that in mind. Now, the flyer is up on the Grove Show's Facebook page. It has not been put on SFNA Online's Facebook right now. I don't know why. Maybe it's on the forums. I haven't checked. But you're allowed to bring up to 4 guests. That's what we were told. But one person must be a member of SFNA Online Forum. And on the form, you're going to write your real name. You're going to write your SFNA Online name. And then you're going to give us your email and then the cost of the ticket, whether you have a season's pass or if you don't. And then you're going to put the total cost on it. Actually, I made like this crappy flyer and then Zach changed it and made it awesome because I'm not that good at it. But the postmark deadline is going to be June 30th. And it has to be in my hands by the time the mail comes on July 3rd because I have to give the park a final head count on July 3rd. There is no on-site registration. So you can print out the form, fill it out, mail it with your check or money order, and put it attention, SFNE Online Day, Joshua Martin, 71 Centennial Street, Pasco, Rhode Island, 02859. And if anybody shows up on my doorstep uninvited, you will be shot. Well, maybe not, but I don't want to be stalked. And I wish I had a P.O. box to put that in, but it's there. You now all know will know where I live. So please don't show up on my doorstep. I don't want to kill people. Or maybe I'll give you a big bear hug and squeeze ya. Arr. So regardless, that's what that's going to be. Why is there no... Oh, well... Well, guess what? I'll get it on... I probably won't get it on July 4th either. Well, make sure you get them in because I don't want to hear crappity crap that... Don't wait till the last minute. If you're going to go, just fill out the form and send the form. Because if I don't have it in my hands before I give... July 3rd is when the count comes. It's got to be in my hand by July 2nd. So if you send it out on July 1st, I am not guaranteeing that you would have been counted. I can't guarantee that. If I don't have it, if that postmark does not say June 30th on that envelope, and I'm going to check. I'm going to check. Because I want to just make sure to do it, and then I got to go pay the park. So please make this not so crazy for me. Pretty please with sugar on top. Pretty please, pretty please, pretty please. Well, I need to receive that payment before July 3rd so I can give it to the park. I know July 1st I have to give a head count, and then July 3rd make another final head count, and then I got to meet up with them to pay them. But anyway, the last event that I am going to talk about is on the following day from Ace Day, or SFNA Online Day, whatever day you want to call it, July 12th, Ace Day at Great Escape. Now, I know it's the same weekend as KennyCon, but I'm not going to KennyCon, obviously, because I'm taking care of business with SFNA Online Day, and I don't like that KennyCon's on a Sunday, especially when I have to drive back on a Sunday to be at work for Monday. So... Yeah, see, Luco could actually do that because he'll probably be at... Well, I will see him that weekend. Because we're all going to Storyland. Myself, Tony, May, Lugo, and the kids. We're all going to Storyland. It's gonna be exciting for that weekend. But yeah, that's what's going on. So that's all I had for tonight. I like printing out my news better than reading it off a screen. Plus, it's big letters. But anyway, so this weekend I'll probably ride some rides at Seaside. Maybe I'll skip the reception and go ride some rides. I don't know. I'm not a big dancing kind of guy. I will eat. I like food. That's how I got this. I got to keep my girlish figure, you know. But regardless, so I will see everybody next Wednesday. Same bat time, bat channel. I know it messes everybody up because it's Wednesday. And then after CoasterCon, we'll be back to our normally regularly scheduled time of Thursday at 9 p.m. And let me tell you, the Thursday after CoasterCon, we will have plenty of CoasterCon coverage and things to talk about and stuff like that and the happenings. Plus, while I'm gone, you guys can tell me, I also want to hear about what you guys did. If there's some news that pops up, don't be afraid to pop it in there. You guys are good at that. I love to chat. You guys like to pop things in the chat, and I do read it. So just keep the things popping. If there's something you got to say it. Pop it out there. Pop it like it's hot. And so maybe next week we'll show some video of the wedding on the show. And then we'll show some of Seaside Heights. For those that haven't been, maybe it might intrigue you to go. I don't know. I'm starting to get into these whole boardwalk places. I mean, Seaside Heights, I know it's got some room to grow and get a little better. I know they went through some stuff. But I love these boardwalk places. They're unique. They're different. And I actually can't wait to show off the CoasterCon stuff, especially Maury's Pier. I love that place so much. I don't know how many of you have been to Maury's, but hopefully I capture enough stuff that after I do show it, that more people will be like, hey, I want to go, kind of thing. So we'll see. The road to Canopy is being repaved. I have to pull a U-turn to get home. You have to, wow, so they're repaving that road. That's crazy. Well, that's good to know that they're repaving the road. I believe Frank is taking pictures and videotaping. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the wedding stuff. I just, my stuff's packed, ready to go. I don't care. Canopy Lake. Well, Sean, and if you go to Canopy Lake, let me know about it. I want to see how the park's doing this year. Everybody knows I love me some Canopy. I don't like it when it's busy, but I love Canopy. It'll be great. But anyway, I'm going to get going. I need to go shower and shave and get all pretty for the wedding and stuff, even though it's not till Saturday. But I'm leaving tomorrow, so I got to try and look my sexiest. But anyway, I'll be back Wednesday, 9 p.m. Try to remember that, guys. I know I messed you all up, but it's only one more week of that stuff. But so I'll see you guys next week. We'll figure out what to talk about, and I will see you then. So until next Wednesday, keep on coasting, baby. Woo!
Thank you.